Hello and welcome back to another reaction. In this occasion, My Hero Academia episode 4 of the 4th season. Yes, last time the episode focused completely on Midoriya and his way into the work study. How he has to pass a certain amount of tests, and even though the person that is evaluating him, obviously Mr. Night Eye, if I'm not mistaken, already knew the outcome, already knew that he was going to accept this guy, but obviously he still needed to test him. I guess he only sees what is in the future, he doesn't hear what is in the future, or that's what I assume, according to what we saw in the last episode. And yes, we finally saw how Midoriya was successful, perhaps not for the best reason, because yes, in the end we discovered that Night Eye want to make him change his mind and give the one for all to Muriel, but it's kind of a success. And everything was fine and dandy until this moment, and obviously when we saw the extra scene, that's when everything changed, because something very dark is going on here. But anyway, yes, I don't think you're here to hear me just speak about last episode, so again, the boring part is coming, guys, I'm sorry, but I will be so thankful with you if you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, and if you leave me a comment, that will make my day even better. So if you feel like it, please leave a comment so we can know what do you think about the episode, what do you think about my reaction once you see it. But yeah, anyway, enough about that, and let's just watch the episode, shall we? Okay, I'm back. I just watched a second time the fourth episode of the series, and I think this one so far is the most serious one. Yes, we have our funny bits, we have our kind of calming down moments, or at least to, I don't know, to make it a little bit lighter, not to make it so serious and so dramatic. But most of the episode focused on very dramatic moments and very serious, I don't know, actions and repercussions of said actions. We start obviously when the last episode left us, with the extra scene. We expand upon that scene, we got a little bit of more light side, obviously the light side of the patrol, because the intention of Night Eye was not for them to be just nearby Chisaki. So yes, it is obviously a complete coincidence, a stroke of luck if you want to say it like that, but that brings a lot more that is going on in the shadows, because all the scenes that Chisaki appear, with the exception when he is with Shigaraki, speaks of a very dark undertone. Obviously, we saw in that first scene with Eri is how scared this little girl is, how he's just trembling and not letting go of Midoriya, because obviously Midoriya wants to protect her, and obviously by the way the scene is being constructed, she just got an opportunity to escape, and she took that opportunity, and once she find out a hero, obviously she was not willing to let it go. And yes, she was so scared. And not only that, but the scenes that we got later on when they were alone, and this, according to what is said in the last scene, is an underground kind of bunker, a very big underground bunker. Something is being done upon this girl, something terrible. By the way the shot is composed, and but we saw in the background once Chisaki arrived in this I don't know, it's kind of a laboratory because it has a chair in the middle, and obviously this is not a very comfortable place because from what we see here, obviously, and the bandage on this girl, something is telling me that they are hurting this girl in the arms and on the legs by, or I don't know by what purpose, I don't know why, but they are hurting this girl. Again, everything is pointing towards that. Obviously, they are not showing us that little fact, but we are seeing it thanks to the clues that we are being shown. So yes, it's, once you start to think about it, the episodes really becomes very, very dark. Because again, we are speaking about a little girl and some bastard that is using her for something, and not only using her, hurting her for a purpose, which obviously is something that we don't know. Is something that, or at least I don't know, what is the purpose of that. And obviously, the nature in Deku is telling us that he wants to save this girl. Deku wants to save everybody. And once he figured it out that this little girl is scared, is trying to escape, he wants to help. Unfortunately, for the plans that they have, for the plans that Night High has, it's against everything that they are planning. Because they need to capture Chisaki, and obviously if they just provoke the ire of this guy, I don't know if they will be ready to deal with him. So there is a lot in here. It's a very heavy atmosphere, and obviously thanks to what is going on with Mirio, all the experience that he already has, he sees in a different perspective. But obviously the way of Midoriya, the way of Midoriya, the way in which Midoriya thinks, makes him wants to protect this girl as his top priority. It is hard. This is a hard decision. This is not easy at all. Because yes, in one side you could save this girl, but you could sabotage the whole operation, and the real person that is doing all the terrible things, he could escape. Yes, you might rescue this little girl, but he could take action, and he could kidnap her again and just return to the same life. But obviously you have in one side that this girl will continue to suffer. It is a hard decision, because if you in the end save the situation, and if you in the end capture Chisaki, the little girl is still suffering in this period of time, because we don't know how long that will take, if that is possible. But if you just let him go and you rescue the girl, perhaps he's going to take another person and make him suffer. I don't know what is so special about Eri, or if he's just using her because she is his daughter, which is again something I'm doubting. Perhaps it's something that he said just to get the heroes away. So yes, there are so many things that I have been thinking, but obviously I have no clear answer, because there is not enough clues for me to conclude something specific. But once again, this is a very dark topic, the first one of many. We obviously have this desire to save this little girl. But we move on, and this is still insecurities, or I don't know, nagging thought in the back of the mind of Midoriya that is obviously not let him continue after the talk with Night Eye. Because once again, we see the attitude that Night Eye has with Midoriya. He does not respect him because he believes that yes, he is a person that you should take care, but he should not be the successor of All Might. So obviously he has more respect for Mirio than for Midoriya, because obviously again Midoriya hasn't earned that respect, and I don't know if I don't think he did that, because yeah, he said that it is my fault because I did not see into your future. So yeah, he only knows so far as to when he accepted Midoriya as I was going to say internship, but no, is the work study. But he doesn't know anything else in the future, so he only knows what he has seen of Midoriya, and so far he hasn't impressed Night Eye. So yeah, but once again, as I said, everything that is going on in the mind of Midoriya, and obviously he cannot concentrate, and he needs to know the truth, and that's when he has the discussion with All Might. Something that we knew already, something that obviously All Might is going to die. That is something that we knew from the discussion that we have. I think it was in, I don't remember if it was season 2 or season 3. I think it was in season 3 if I'm not mistaken. When was the internships? No, it was in season 2 then. Yes, it was in the second season. Yes, I think it was just before the final exams. But anyway, as I was saying, they have the discussion, and obviously when All Might has in a preview in, I think it was 5 or 6 years ago, he has a discussion with his sidekick, because he wants to continue be the symbol of peace. He cannot rest because people is going to be scared if he is retired, for obvious reason. The villains are going to be on the rise because they no longer have to fear the symbol of peace. So he wants to keep going, but obviously since Night Eye seeing to his future, he doesn't want to, because he's going to say, you are going to die. If you continue within this path, you are going to die, and we're going to lose the symbol of peace, not in a pacific manner, but in a very violent one. So he doesn't want that. And we got our answer as to why they part ways in a very nasty way. Perhaps Night Eye still respects All Might, but he disagrees in every decision that he is making, that he needs to pass the torch sooner and to somebody specific, in this case Mirio. Obviously All Might chooses his successor by his own reasoning, and that is something you should respect. Obviously, Night Eye wants somebody that is perfect for the job, and he will be quicker to adapt to the All for One. Because yes, we have seen that Mirio is very buff, very strong, and has been training for a long time. Has a lot more experience, has charisma. Yeah, he's, as we say in the previous season, the mini All Might. Everybody compared to All Might. He's very, very similar in a lot of aspects, in the physical aspect and in the attitude aspect. So now that we see this, we understand, or at least I understand, why we are supposed to think about him like that. Because Night Eye has been preparing Mirio to be the next All Might, to be the next symbol of peace. And the rapture that we saw back, the fissure that we saw back then is obvious, because they disagree. All Might believes that Deku, that Midoriya is the perfect candidate for him being a successor, and obviously Night Eye disagree completely. But obviously there is another impact in that discussion, that now Deku starts to understand that yes, All Might die, and might die very soon. He understands that yes, everybody is going to die in the future. But now the real impact of the death closing by Toshinori, by All Might, now it starts to see very, very short distance, to being seen in a very short distance. And All Might has accepted this in a certain point. He accepted that perhaps he was going to die when he faced All for One. He survived, obviously. But thanks to Midoriya, and this is something that even All Might said, thanks to Midoriya being there, he wants to live, he wants to train Midoriya, and thanks to the words that were said by the mother of Midoriya, the mother of Izuku, He wants to live. He wants to live for Midoriya. He wants to twist fate and change it. Something that has never happened before, even if the time is inaccurate. Because yes, I watched that little scene several times. Even if the time is inaccurate, nothing or nobody has been able to change the future that Night Eye has seen. So he wants to change it. He wants to be different. And I guess after the fight with All for One, my guess, All Might, he's trying to change his fate. He wants to not just be retired, but he wants to do something different. I don't know what to think of this. And obviously, before going to that point, obviously we got Midoriya that wants to change fate too, because he doesn't want to lose All Might. Because yes, this is his idol. But I think there is something deeper in there too, that, and perhaps this is again my own mentality, my own headcanon, but I believe that Midoriya sees All Might as a very prominent father figure, because he doesn't have one. The mother is there, and she plays a very important role in his life, or at least I think she plays a very important role in his life. But his father, we don't know anything about him. I think his name has been mentioned once or twice, but nothing much. And I don't even remember his name, if he was mentioned even. So, yes, this is very interesting. So, obviously, Midoriya doesn't want to see All Might die, and he's going to try to change fate. How? I have no clue. But obviously, this is kind of very motivational. Something that we needed, not only Midoriya as a character, but we need that too. Because the episode was very dark, very sad, and it was ending in a very sad and dark tone. So I'm thankful for those few last minutes of the episode before the extra scene. And I'm thankful for all the little bits of comedy that we got in the middle, especially with Bakugo, that is very angry because he doesn't have a work study, and he cannot get a work study because he doesn't have his hero license. Alongside with Todoroki, obviously. Now that I talk about the heavy topics, I think it's time to talk about the lighter ones. But I think are a little bit lighter, which we can see that only, let's see, Midoriya, Tsuyu, Ochako, and Kirishima were the only ones who got work studies, or at least I think they are the only ones. The rest, I guess they were not successful, so perhaps we're going to see the other work studies. We're going to see with Kirishima, and we're going to see with Uraraka and Tsuyu, obviously. And yeah, we got our last scene in which we saw they are going to work together, and I mean Shigaraki and Chisaki. How? I don't know, because I highly doubt that Shigaraki is just going to be, yes, I'm going to accept you as the leader, for what we have seen before. But yes, I think I really exhausted the topic of this episode. I hope you enjoy it, and once again, I will be so thankful if you decide to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, and if you leave a comment, I will be even happier than before. And if you follow me on Twitter, yes, you can get notifications and you can get updates of the channel and some random stuff I just said. And if you like the video, please, I will love you so much. Okay, perhaps that is a little bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, I will be so thankful for that too. But anyway, yes, as I said before, I hope you enjoy it. I have nothing else to say, but thank you for your attention, and see you on the next one. Bye.
Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, give it a like, so the algorithm from YouTube will help me out. And check my other videos, share them, and also why not subscribe to my channel and join this community. And as always, I want to thank you for your attention, your likes, and even your dislikes, your comments, which is something I always look forward to read. And yeah, once more, thanks, and see you on the next one.